Shalom. The title of this lesson today is The World versus Our Salvation. We stand firm. But before we get started, I'd like to give all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rekakadash. Double honor to the teachers, elders, and apostles of Great Millstone, likewise, brothers, so they're putting out this truth, faithfully, fearlessly feeding the sheep unto you, brothers and sisters that are tuning in. Shalom. And, you know, as we are right now in this time here in Great Babylon, America, okay, you have the world, okay, that's trying to beckon you back into it. And you have the salvation, okay, the gospel of the Mashiach, okay, in which the brothers, okay, are bringing out the highway and the byway, okay, but we are still in this flesh, and the world, okay, is doing their best to try to pull you back in. Okay, let's start off with our first book here. This is the book of Matthew 6 and starting with verse 24, and it says, "No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and Mammon." Now I'm going to play a little short clip here for you. This is coming from the movie Scarface, and in this scene here, this is Tony have already figured out that Frank, okay, who he had worked for, had tried to have him assassinated. Okay, now early on in the film there, Frank had bragged to his right-hand man, okay, how much of basically a slave that Tony is to him, you know, that Tony would break his back for him, you know. So in this case, he thought Tony was weak and he could take advantage of him. When Tony was starting to buck up against him, okay, he decided he would assassinate Tony, much in like how Esau is, because Frank actually represents Esau, okay, and Tony, okay, in this case here, though it's kind of crude, would represent us, okay, the prophets who are standing up right now in these last days and calling out Esau of all of his wickedness. So I'm going to play this little clip here for you.
Do you know what a hasha is, Frank? That's a pig that don't fly straight. Neither do you, Frank.
Hey, Tony, why the fuck would I hurt you?
So you saw in this clip, okay, Tony called Frank, okay, Hassa, okay, basically letting him know that he doesn't deal right, which is the exact way Esau deals with everybody on this earth, and in particular, okay, the tribe of Israel, Yasharala, also called Blacks and Americans and Latino, okay, and when we go back to that scripture of Matthew 6 and 24, it says, "No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold on to the one and despise the other." This is the reason why we come out and we make it very, very clear to Esau, the Edomite, the so-called white man, we absolutely despise you. Me, I despise you. I've always despised you, even before I even found out about the truth, but now that I actually know who I am, okay, and this gospel is now in me, okay, and you know, breaking bread with the brothers, okay, we understand that this is the end of Great Babylon, America. My hatred for you is on a level that I've never actually had for you before, okay, because why? I absolutely despise, okay, Esau. Esau doesn't do anything right. So we serve the power, and we don't serve Mammon. We don't serve, okay, these Edomites, okay, and whatever kind of you know, opportunities or type of you know, lust that they try to put in our minds here in Great Babylon, America. Let's go into the book of Ephesians 4 and starting verse 20. It says, "But ye have not so learned Hamashiach, if so be that ye have heard him and have been taught by him, as the truth is in Hamashiach, that ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust." Now, when we were in the world, those lusts, you know, were like getting that high-paying job, you know, trying to please your parents, trying to impress, you know, your woman or women, okay, trying to impress your buddies, them, trying to impress everybody around you, which creates what? A lot of things, the opportunity for these demons to get into you to do a lot of things that you normally probably wouldn't do if you weren't, you know, part of being in that engulfed in that deceitful lust out there in the world, which is reason why you see this man is always beckoning you with his materialism. Okay, you know, hey, you can get this great job, you can get this house, this nice car with a nice guy, you can get the woman, okay, with the woman, everybody's gonna adore you because you get a nice chick, blah 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 blah. It goes on and on and on. Okay, but we are renewed, okay, because why? We've identified, okay, who the wicked is on this earth. We also identify who the righteous are, which is us, so-called Blacks and Americans and Latino, who are in a low state right now. But we also identify the most important thing, okay, is the Lord Hamashiach, okay, our King is coming back to take this man out of power, okay, and Yahweh Shimei have made it very clear, okay, that he absolutely hate this man because this man does not fly right, as Tony had said inside that clip that I showed you. It says, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind. So, hey, Jake them out there, they think that they're giving up something. You're not giving up a doggone thing. Why are you confused, or why are you fighting against yourself and you're divided in your mind? Okay, am I in the world or in this? We've seen, brothers who've actually come into this truth have gone back into the world because they were in the situation. You see this Jake, as depicted here in this video, okay, where they're really constantly, their mindset is really in the world, even though they are breaking bread with the brothers. They really are in the world, and eventually the world wins, okay, for these brothers. And it says, and that you put on the new man, which is after power, is creating righteousness and true holiness. So people look at you now, look kind of weird. You get a beard. You don't do the things that you used to do. You're not lusting after these whores in this place. You minding your own business. You're not getting into other people's business. You're not allowing people to come into your life, because why? You realize that they are part of the world, okay, and you're not part of that world anymore. Even though we walk in this flesh, in this earth. Okay, because we have to do this job, okay, which our Mashiach has told us to do, which is go on the highway and the byway on a unicorn to do what? Exalt his name, and also bring out this truth, and also edify the sheep. And this is the job, okay, of the prophets here in these days. Okay, let's go into the book of 1 John 2 and start with verse 13, because we see here, okay, that we are different from these people that are out there. This is the reason why you see the brothers that are really ingrained in this truth, okay, don't have the problem you see what this brother is displaying right here, which is that double-mindedness, okay, that I need to please the world, but at the same time I think I need to please the Most High. No, you've got to pick you've got to have a side, and then the Lord is dealing with you. Then you're going to decide the side that you're going to be on. It's going to be very obvious. It says, I have written unto you, young man, because ye are strong, and the word of power abideth in you, and ye have overcome the wicked one. We have overcome the wicked one. Okay, we identify him. We know he doesn't play straight. We know he rules the world in utter wickedness, and in particular, as pursuant to Genesis 27:41, this man says what? Okay, he absolutely hates Yasharallah, and he's planning on murdering, okay, the children of Israel. Okay, so with that in mind, we have no type of infatuation or imaginary opportunity to have kinship, okay, with Esau, the so-called white man. It says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life. Again, remember I talk about that? Okay, your big jobs, your high-paying job, and what you're going to get and all that other stuff. You understand that all of that's going to come to naught real soon. We're looking at the headlines on a daily basis, and it's just a matter of time before Great Babylon America implodes on itself. Okay, we've seen this happening across the earth. And it says, it's not of the Father, but it's of the world. And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of power, God, abideth forever. So, what would you want? You want to be in a world that's going to pass away. Okay, the fashion, the style. Hey, some of us are old enough to remember how it was in the 70s and the 80s, okay, in the 90s and the early 2000s, and now today in 2023, where men are walking hand in hand. These sodomites are walking in great boldness, and something that you didn't even think was possible, that two men actually can get married, okay, okay, back in 1980s, in the 80s, which was, probably the glory years of Great Babylon America. We call it the Reaganomics years, okay. But here you are today, right now, in a very decayed society. Okay, let's go into the book of John 15 and start verse 18. It says, if the world hates you, see, they do hate us. Ye know that it hated me before it hated you. It hated the Mashiach before it hated us. So there's nothing new that's happening right now as far as the hate goes. Okay, these people have always hated, okay, what is righteous. They've always hated what is good. They've always hated what is fair, because why? They side with Esau, okay? And Esau, as I open up with that little clip right there, Frank represent Esau, okay? A being, a devil that assumes that everybody is just a pawn to him and that he can do it as he please, okay, and then speak sweet words after he's been caught, okay, holding the knife in his hand. And this is what you saw what happened there in that scene there with Scarface, where Tony caught Frank with the knife in his hand, and Frank is trying to come and go, trying to talk his way out of it. Of course, that didn't work, and he met his demise. So is what's going to happen to Esau. Esau is going to meet his demise. And it says, if you are of the world will love his own. But because you are not of the world, because I have chosen you out of the world, which is the greatest thing that can happen to any of us, therefore the world hates you. Hey, the world hates me. I hope they really, really, really express that hate to me. Okay, because that shows that what? I am chosen out of the world. Okay, that's why we call ourselves the hopefully elect. And it says, remember the world that I say unto you, the servant is not greater than the Lord. If they have persecuted me, which they did, they will also persecute you, which we can expect those persecutions to come in all shapes and form. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. They don't know Yahweh Shemi Ashai. They think Yahweh Shemi Ashai is this old cracker sitting on a fluffy cow with a bunch of little babies around him with wings and stuff like that, you know, and he's just all smile and all love, and that's far from the truth. Okay, he's very angry and he don't give a fuck about anything. Okay, so the Mashiach, okay, he died, okay, so that Israel, okay, Yasharallah, or so-called Black Americans and Latinos can live, okay, and in particular, the 130 elect of Yasharallah. And it says, if I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not sinned. But now that they have no cloak for their sin. Why? Because the prophets out there in the highway and the byway, okay, doing the work as commanded, okay, spreading this gospel and what? Bidding all to the marriage, okay, to the table, okay, to get this gospel, this truth to come out of this place. You don't need to be confused about the hate that this man has for you and the love that the Hamashiach has for Yasharallah. Okay, let's close out with the book of 2 Corinthians 6 and start verse 14. It says, be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship had righteousness with unrighteousness? We don't have to hang out with these people. There's no connection between us and these people, okay? Lowercase gods, kings, king-minded, okay? We believe in the higher power. We serve a higher power than a hairy man that can't even go out in the sun for 20 minutes without having to deck himself, okay, in some solution called sunblock or something like that, whereas the sun gives us the power and the energy that we need to be healthy here on this earth. And it says, and what communion had light with darkness? We are light, Esau is darkness. Okay, remember, this man is a dishonest Hashak that don't fly right. Okay, he's wicked in every dealings that he deal with. And it says, and what concord had Hamashiach Belial, or what part had he that believeth with an infidel? And what agreement had the temple of power, God, with idols? For ye are the temple of the living power, as power had said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their power, and they shall be my people. And there you have it right there. So there's no reason to have this confusion. Okay, if the Lord Yahweh Shemi Ashai had chosen you, okay, you're going to be at peace. Okay, the only thing that you should be, the only thing that's going to be in your mind is, hey, how can I serve the Lord even better? Okay, and when is Esau going to be destroyed? Because I really want to see that. Okay, so Lord willing, hopefully that will edify. I'd like to close by giving all great honor to Yahweh Shem Yahushai by Shemar Kakadash. Double honors to teachers, elders, and apostles of great millstone. Likewise, brothers, to their putting of this truth. Faithfully, fearlessly feeding sheep unto you, brothers and sisters. Tuning in, Shalom.